Hi guys, today a video on the music that I've been listening to this week. This week I've dug out some of these old things called compact discs. And it's been quite amazing really to use this old form once again, although I do prefer vinyl albums. Anyway, I got this one out, the first one, and it's Rodrigo's Guitar Concerto by, I'm not sure how to say her name, I think it's Ufei Yang. It's spelled X-U-E-F-E-I. And it's this one here. Now I bought this when I went to see her live. This is quite a long time ago. And it's quite a surreal experience because one minute she was on the stage illuminated in this beautiful dress playing this lovely guitar and this wonderful sonorous resonant music sort of alive in the air, breathing in the air. And then the next thing I know, she's down there in the foyer just sitting there with this massive coat on because it's freezing cold down there, signing copious amounts of CDs. And it was the first time I'd ever seen this because normally they would say, you know, if it's a big star or performer, they would say the CD is available at all good record shops. But here was a record company with like stacks of CDs like this. And this is EMI Records incidentally. But you could tell at that time that the music business had really changed and the record companies had just become, you know, like I say, desperate really. My next CD I'll be listening to is Ben Folds 5 Live. I've always been a fan of Ben Folds for lots of different reasons. One, because he's a great singer-songwriter, but also before he's famous, he used to actually tour and they would take with them a baby grand piano, like a real one. Imagine having to take that apart after every gig, pick it up, put it in the van, all the bits, then the next night you've got to take it out again, put it all back together again on the stage, take it apart. If anybody's ever had grand pianos, they'll know what I'm talking about. They're not something that you want to be, you know, they're bulky, they're a lot of work. So I've always really admired him for that, for doing that, because that's the way, really, if you play piano, that's what you want. You don't really want electric pianos or digital pianos even, you want an acoustic upright or grand piano to play on. What I like about Ben Folds in this album is that he's really, really good live. He can really hold it together. He's really got that piano singer-songwriter thing down. A lot of great songs on there like Brick, but also there's a great one, Elton Tiny Dancer, which he does a cover of, which I like as well. Also on here is a great version of Best Imitation of Myself, which is simply fantastic. Next we have this CD here, the Coryells. This is Larry Coryell and his sons, and they do lots and lots of really, really great guitar improvisations and compositions on here. Now, I was never a fan of Larry Coryell as a guitar player. I thought he was a great teacher, but his playing on here is really, really good, and you can tell that they're really enjoying themselves in this album whilst they're making it. But one of the sons sings Goodbye Pork Pie Hat, and it's absolutely brilliant, and I've been listening to that a lot this week. Okay, the next one we have is Messiaen Terrangelia Symphony. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. When I first started learning classical music and training in it and everything, Messiaen was a name that always used to come up. And people would always talk about Messiaen, this French composer. So luckily for me, I went into the shop, and it was quite an obscure shop, and they just happened to have a few albums. It wasn't this one, but it was a version that was conducted by Simon Rattle. It was a vinyl record, I wish I kept it. And the first time I ever heard this symphony with the brass theme, I was just like, wow, blew me away. It was like listening to the Pistols and the Clash for the first time, or Chopin's Revolutionary Study for the first time, or something like that where you listen to something and you just, wow, blown away by it. I was really lucky because not long after I bought that album, a guy from the local orchestra did a day school on the Messiaen Terrangelia Symphony, where we analysed it, all the themes and the structure, the form, the harmony. It was an amazing day. I just learned so much. It was incredible. So listening to this, it's not just taking me back, it's me remembering that spark that lit the fire inside of myself to actually want to do music full time, you know, to actually want to study it properly. And remembering, this is what we forget as musicians, what we were or why we were doing this in the first place, what set us off in the first place to want to do this. And this is really important if you're a musician because you need that magic, that inspiration to keep going again and again and again and again. So yeah, that was pretty amazing this week. Lastly, we have our old mate, John Coltrane, Love Supreme. I've not listened to this for a long time, and you can really hear how original it must have sounded in its day. When you listen to something that's highly original, it makes you think about music again. It makes you think about doing original stuff, about how to stand out, how to make something new out of something. Even if you take a cliche, make it fresh, that sort of thing. So that's sort of more cerebral mind work, really, as opposed to just music. Anyway, that's just some of the CDs I've been listening to this week. You might find these interesting, you might not. But it's great to go through some of this old stuff and look back on it. And it's amazing, really, how we get influenced by things and we're not realising it. And sometimes you forget about it. Then you look back to the old music and you think, oh yeah, this was a big stepping stone in my life. This was a big point in my life. This changed my life. Anyway, that's what I've been listening to. If you like this video, then please smash the subscribe button. That really does keep the channel going. Smash the like button, that helps me enormously with the algorithm. Click the notification button if you like this video, you want to see more, and write a comment if there's anything of interest in this video that you might want to comment on. And I'll see you all in the next video, and thank you for watching.